In today's video, we're going to do things a little bit different, but I'm confident it's going to have a massive impact on your comprehension of this strategy, on your learning as a whole, and on your executing this strategy as soon as tomorrow. What's going on, money team? It's your boy Jade on Trades with Team Bull Trading, and I hope you all had a discipline-filled trading day. In today's video, I don't want to just tell you about the trade that I caught live in front of over 1,000 people today.
Energy flowing. How many of y'all? W's, yes. Starting the day off with a dub. Heck yeah, Team Bull. That's what I'm talking about.
It was a beautiful day in trade indeed. I want to show you step by step what I saw, how I executed, and how I let this trade play out to be an over 12-hour trade trading a simple strategy. So what we're going to do here is I've set this to replay mode on NQ. We have our 5-minute chart up, and I want to replay this trade step by step, marking what I saw, how I prepared for this entry, how I managed this trade, where I took my trims, and how I let this play out. Now you have to know, this is an 80 to 85% win rate strategy. It doesn't win every time, but when you execute this right, when you know what to look for between the 5-minute and the 1-minute chart, this is an incredible strategy, which, mind you, I have a 20-minute video on my other YouTube channel at Jade on Trades. You can check that out long form over there. But today, I want to break this down from a real trade that I took. I made 4 figures on, over $1,000, and over 1,000 people took with me and made themselves some money too. So that being said, let's start this replay. So first things first with this strategy, we always wait the first 15 minutes. It is rare that I take a trade within the first 15 minutes. I want my first 5-minute candle to develop, my second 5-minute candle to develop, then my third to develop. Now, at the end of these 3 candles developing, I'm always going to mark out the high right here and the low down here. Now, oftentimes, people make a big mistake trading the opening range breakout. They immediately think that if they move over the 15-minute high and retest, they need to buy there. And that is not the right way to trade this. Let's continue. We let the next bar develop. And what we want to see here is a 5-minute close above or below that level. So we see this right here. We get the 5-minute close here. We have a retest back down, but I don't buy the first retest. And the reason why I never buy the first retest, it is very rare that I buy the first retest, is that I want to see us come down, test back up, and define our risk below this 5-minute candle. Because what can happen is if you immediately buy down here on the first retest, sometimes, especially in the Trump market, you're going to get an aggressive move down that will sweep you 20, 30, 40 points. You get stopped out only for it to rip back up. You don't want to be a part of that liquidity sweep. You want to be a part of the smart money move back up that you capitalize on defining your risk and catching the trend move. This is all about catching the trend. So we wait for this candle to develop. I don't enter here. I enter on the next 5-minute candle with confirmation. Right at the end of this. I technically entered on this candle, but this was about to develop. I enter right here at 2:15 between these 2 candles. I set my stops below this candle, which, by the way, I record my trades live in real time and I post them on Instagram at Jade on Trades. Make sure you guys are following me there. You can go look at this trade, how it developed, how it played out live in real time right now. So we let this trade play out. And what I'm looking for initially is we have about 10 points of risk, give or take, to the downside, and our upside move at at high a day is up at 246. So that is a 3R trade right off the rip if we just test high of day. And that's what I'm looking for, is we look at this chart, we look at the setup, and we know that we're risking around 10 to 15 points. We want at least 30 to 45 points of profit to make this worthwhile. We define the risk first, and then we focus on the upside. And that's where a lot of people get it wrong, especially if you're trading prop firm accounts, which, might I add, if you trade with Tradeify, Apex, FFF, or Alpha Futures, be sure to use code JDUN, support your boy. I'm going to do everything I can to help you guys get paid out, get funded, etc. All I ask is you use code JDUN and you support the Team Bull and JDUN mission. So that being said, the point of this strategy and why it works so well is because it focuses on trend capitalization, meaning we are capitalizing on catching the trend. So for me, my first trim is on this aggressive spike up near this high of day. Not quite, it was a little lower, but near this high of day. And then I trim off my main position and I let my runners run. Now let's see how this trade plays out from here. We move up, we slowly move up, and during this period, while you guys are watching this price develop, it's important to note that I am trailing my stop this entire time. Typically, if I have a nice profit window, I like to trail my stop by 20 to 30 points, give or take. So I ride this all the way up past these highs into this midsection of green. I don't end up catching the full 12R that this trade presented. And actually, speaking of which, later on in the day, let's move this up to 3 times speed. You can see this ended up playing out really, really nice for us throughout the day. The 15-minute high set the range. We caught the high entry here. And we ended up going to a high, technically speaking, a 21R trade, which you're not going to catch all of that. That's unrealistic. The point being is look at how this price develops. Look at where price respects throughout the entire day. This 15-minute high that we closed above and then set the trend. If you can catch one good trend day a week, 2 good trend days a week, the other 3 days, especially on a live account, do not matter. As long as you can catch the trend 2 days and manage your risk on the other 3 days, you're going to be okay. It's your job as a trader to manage your risk on those other 3 days. And that's where choosing discipline over dopamine comes in handy every single day as a trader. You can't take days off of being disciplined. You can't take days off of using risk management. You just simply can't. Because the moment you do is the moment when you blow your funded account, you blow your live account, you take a big loss that affects your trading psychology, it affects your confidence, it affects your psyche, and all those things trickle down to you losing money, or eventually losing money. So when you use this strategy, my best recommendation for you is use the 5-minute chart, wait the first 15 minutes, wait for confirmation and defining your risk before you enter. If you can't define your risk, you don't take the trade. It's as simple as that. No defined risk, no trade. And then you let your winners run. At least get 2R, 3R out of your trades. That allows you to have just around a 50% win rate, or even less for that matter if you're holding longer, and still be a profitable trader. The problem is a lot of traders, maybe this is you, take their profits at 1.2R, 1.5R, 1.6R, and then after 3 or 4 winners, have an 8R loser, and that wipes out all your gains and some. And that's what we want to avoid as futures traders. This is all a risk management game. That's why I'm able to make $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 every single day. Sure, I'm not shooting for the stars, but for me, if I can make 5, 10, 15K a week, 50K a month trading futures and trading for an hour or 2 a day, that's freedom. And that's what a lot of you guys want. I think deep down, a lot of you guys want freedom. And that doesn't come from hitting home runs. It comes from hitting base hits over and over and over. I've been doing this 9 years. I have a lot of experience under my belt. You get the freedom and you become a profitable trader from focusing on base hits, not from swinging from the fences and trying to get rich off the next 3 trades. That's not how it works. So keep trading smart, keep trading safe, choose discipline over dopamine. Make sure to tap in, join my free Discord below, use code JDON in your prop firm accounts, and let's get rich together. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.